Hello, hello, how's it going everyone? Back again for another episode. Here I am, almost done with floor 22, but there is still some stuff left to do, and that's pretty much digging out the floor blocks here, like also some of these leftovers here, and on the other hallways too, and replace them with glass blocks. But I found that for some reason I need sandstone. I don't remember why I thought I need more sandstone. I guess my reasoning was that 2.5 stacks of glass slab will simply not be enough for to be able to finish all of the floor, all of the hallways. So with that, I guess I could dig some more of the sandstone, and now I'll go back to the storage area. This is where I have some of my furnaces filled, partially filled, or like supplied with some coal, and that's pretty much a good place to smelt some of this sandstone, and that's what I'll do. So this should be about 3.5 or so stacks of sand, if I'm calculating this correctly. Yep, that's actually pretty much almost exactly that. Oh, but look at that. I had some glass here as well, which is funny. That means I don't really need to wait for this to smelt, and I can just take what's been left in here from the previous smelting session and then go back to floor 22. So as I mentioned, that's what I have to do, remove some of this floor here and replace it with glass slab. That's not like a lot. I'd say this is just probably 50% or so of the floor hasn't been replaced with glass slabs. Maybe a bit more, maybe 60, I don't know. Honestly, looking at this now, it could be closer to 70%, and that may be exactly why I thought that the 2.5 stacks of glass slab that I've got is more than likely not going to be enough. Well, now I know. So, anyways, since I've taken some of these, I don't know, I took maybe 3 or 4 stacks of glass from the furnaces, I believe that will definitely be enough. So that means I don't have to worry about running out of glass slab, at least not on this floor. So I'll happily finish work on this, finish the remaining work on this floor, and then I think I'll go and probably do some more tower building, possibly, since I've already dug through two floors. I've pretty much completed 2 brand new floors since the last time I came here in the dungeon, and I'd say that's about enough digging for, at least for now. Doing something else would be real nice, changing it up a bit. So usually what that means is either planting trees or building extra floors on the tower, possibly even maybe something else that I may find interesting to do at some point, but now those are my usual go-to options. So that's most likely what will be happening later in this episode, if I managed to complete installing all this glass slab floor. Only if, of course, because it's a pretty easy process, but seemingly still consumes quite a good amount, quite a good chunk of time, I'd say. I play about 20 minutes every day of this, and yeah, those get quickly eaten up by this process, it seems. Since, yeah, it's like, I mean, 20 minutes when you think about it, at least in my opinion, it's not a lot. So, yep. All this water is kind of funny because I am underwater just digging this without caring too much, and it is kind of fascinating how I got used to it so quickly. It doesn't even bother me that much, I'd say, and maybe even helps me out since it's more fun for some reason. I don't know. It's been definitely fun to just work together with this water keeping me company, I'd say. So yeah, seems like I'll be finishing another hallway right about now, or in the next 30 seconds or so, if everything goes smoothly. I've dug through these few blocks that were in my way, and now that's pretty much it. Let me just remove the excess glass that's been placed on top. And how many hallways do I have? You know, I do believe that now it's becoming more and more likely that today I'll probably not be able to do anything else besides finishing up with this floor, with this 22nd floor. Most likely this will be my only job today. All of my work will be spent on this, which is still, I mean, it's fine. It is strangely quite interesting. And what's this? I've got copper. That's great, but the not so great thing is that I have no space. What do I drop? Let's see. Oh, I didn't have to drop anything actually. All I had to do was and just, oops, let me fill this gap. I forgot. Yeah, did not have to drop anything, just merged some of these half stacks of glass slab, unfinished stacks, I guess you could say, and that was enough for me to pick up what's been left on the floor. Oh, look at that! I can see another slab sticking out in the distance. Good thing I've seen that. Sometimes I forget or do not see it, and then it usually gets left there until I visit that floor again, if ever, of course. I mean, right now there isn't like any real reason to revisit the previous floors, so the floors that are up there. But I thought that maybe in the future there would be at least some incentive if, for example, there was a something such as maybe different ores, different blocks appearing at certain depth, which would mean that some floors maybe would be useful to look for these uh, block these various types of ores. But I'm not sure if that's how it works. If it does, it would be kinda cool. And it's just my, I don't know, my guess that it could be that way, but not necessarily. It may be completely untrue. And yeah, on to yet another floor. This one has some glass slab already installed, as the previous ones also had that, but some have more, some have less. I guess it depends on the hallway. This one has some, but looking at it now, not a lot. Most of it I'll have to still fill in or install, however you'd like to say it. And then of course go back and go and check and clean up all the leftover. So these ones, as you can see, some of these I misplace, and I believe it's almost inevitable because my right mouse click or button, not sure how to call it, has a tendency to double click from time to time, and even when it doesn't double click with my glass slab installing technique, I usually do misplace slabs quite often, actually. Ooh, I need some oxygen. Just in time, but I still lost half a heart of HP. Oh yeah, I was... I kind of got confused for a second as to what I'm doing. Oh no, it's copper ingot. Oh. Well then, it seems like... Oh, never mind. I was almost ready to say that it's time to go back to stone tools, but I've got a single copper ingot lump, which will turn into ingot, and that will make it enough for me to craft a brand new batch of bronze ingots, and in turn have 3 more bronze pickaxes, and I also have made one more before as well, so 4 bronze pickaxes waiting for me to use them, I suppose. So that's great. Certainly gonna use those. And yeah, still on these bronze tools. Can't believe how long it lasted me. I was under the impression that it would last a much shorter time period, but seems like it was either I was lucky or just gathered a large amount of copper before making these tools. I guess a bit of both could be said. I left a flint on the floor there, a single flint, and I could pick it up, but my inventory is actually full, so I'm not... Oh, it's not full. Where is the flint then? Oh, that's problematic. I can't... Oh, I see it. It's here. Picked it up. Well, that's perfect. Moving on. This hallway is done. And now it's... I guess it's apparent I will not be able to finish all the work on floor 22 by the end of today's episode, but I'll be really close. Maybe just a few hallways worth of glass slab installation left. Looking forward looking forward to that. Got enough glass to cover everything, every single empty space. At least these leftover hallways. And yeah, after that, yeah, probably heading back to the surface. But we'll see. It depends on the mood or something. Maybe tomorrow I'm in a really good mood for some extra digging, extra hallway digging, and I'll just decide that maybe instead of doing anything back on the surface, I'll just go ahead and do some more digging, which is, as I said, possible. And look at the amount of glass slabs I've misplaced. That is a bit terrible. Usually I'd say a normal amount of misplaced glass slabs is 3. That's without a double clicking mouse. A bad amount, like a large amount, is 4 slabs, and a good amount is 2, and great is 1. Like if you misplace just a single slab, then it's, I would call, great. And misplacing 0 slabs in a single hallway, I would only probably be able to, I mean, I guess the only word would be perfect, and almost impossible, since it feels like at least one slab I'd misplace in a hallway, in a single hallway. At least one slab would get misplaced. But yeah, maybe there was 1 or 2 hallways that I've been digging, or more like installing glass slab in before, that I haven't misplaced a single block. Single glass slab, not a block. But I don't remember doing that. Oh, that's actually great. I only have last hallway. So, to be honest, I'll be able to... Yeah, I'll be able to finish all this work on floor 22 today in this episode without having to do any time extension for finishing up this work. Everything will fit in the usual time frame of 20 minutes, give or take 30 seconds or so, I'd say. Perfect. And also, I haven't used all of my glass, so that's always good. Great. This is it. I can now exit floor 22 because it's done. Just quick checkups to see if anything has been misplaced. Just a very quick one, just in case I can see it and fix it immediately. But yeah, seems like this has been a pretty well done floor 22. So tomorrow probably heading back up to the surface, or maybe staying here to do more digging.